Tower Insurance Agency
Good
out of
sponsor.
LaSalle.
Good sponsor. Hey, winter's not far away. Dave Chapman right here in front of us with the Chevelle. 72 Chevelle. Man, you had to be one of the first guys here today.
Next trophy is sponsored by Pohar and Sons Excavating out of LaSalle.
Hey, next winner. Thomas Rott out of Peru, 1970 Oldsmobile W31. Really nice car. I've had an opportunity to talk to him, but like, what a nice guy with a nice car. I see him coming, boy. Here he comes all the way down. Yeah, he's working his way through. I saw him headed this direction. Next good sponsor.
Next sponsor, Oscar's Automotive out of Oglesby.
And the trophy's going to Oglesby. Wayne Kirby, Jeep Wrangler, right here, black Jeep, Wayne Kirby. He's the guy that took the aerial photo today up in the bucket. Had us all wave at him, you know.
Next trophy, sponsored by Jimmy's Motor Rebuilding out of Peru.
Really good sponsor. They've never balked at sponsoring this event. Winner is Bruce and Bev Lamps out of Peru, 70 Chevelle, right over there. He's been showing that car for 25 years.
Next trophy is sponsored by Vulpes Service Station out of LaSalle.
They're here today. Thanks a lot, man. And the winner is Rich Scary out of Peru with a 1987 Regal T-Type Buick. Car's clear up the end, black in color. Been showing that car for 20 years also.
The next trophy is sponsored by LaSalle Body and Fender out of LaSalle.
This one going back to Spring Valley. Spring Valley, it is Doug Berchem with his 87 Camaro IROC. Car's not very far away. It's right down there, about third one down.
Next trophy is sponsored by LaSalle Body and Fender out of LaSalle.
And the next winner is clear in the back, Joe Remy. Joe Remy with his 57 Chrysler New Yorker, bright red car. I think the whole Remy family is here today. Here comes Joe.
And the next trophy is sponsored by Illinois Valley Insulation out of Princeton.
Yeah, Scott Bickett, his people. And the winner is Jim Vincent. Jim Vincent, 1970 Challenger, right here in LaSalle. Plum crazy car. Plum crazy guy, too, I guess.
And the next trophy is sponsored by Pro Auto Body Shop in Peru.
Hey, and this one going to Nick LaCosta. Nick LaCosta with his 1948 Chrysler Windsor. Where'd he go? He's around here someplace. Nick's got some upcoming surgery here on Tuesday, and I hope we'll all keep him in our thoughts and prayers here for a quick recovery.
Nick has his granddaughter here today because it's Grandparents' Day.
He did.
All right, next trophy sponsored by Fulmer's BP Amco in Towing out of Peru.
Bright red car, Dirk Ford's out of Oglesby, 66 Biscayne, big block car right over here. One of our sponsors as well, a beautiful car. Very nicely done. And it's set to go fast, man. No power steering, no power brakes. It just goes fast. Can't listen to the radio, can't watch the clock.
Next trophy sponsored by Greif Auto Tech out of Princeton.
This one to Bill Madden. Bill Madden from Ottawa with his 1951 International truck. Bill Madden, all around nice guy.
The next trophy is sponsored by Seneca Interstate Towing out of LaSalle.
Yeah, they're here today, as a matter of fact. Hey, this award goes back to Joliet, Illinois. Dennis Moss with a 1970 AMX. Car over here, man. Hot rod from American Motors.
The The next trophy is sponsored by the City of Oglesby.
Hey, and this one to Al Miranda. Al Miranda from nearby Depew with his 1969 Pontiac GTO. Aha, she's going to accept. That's okay. It was good. She looks a lot better now, I'll tell you.
Next trophy is sponsored by Stewarts Tree Service out of Peru.
Yeah, Dave Stewart and his people. Okay, this award to Travis Allen with his 1967 Corvette. Gunmetal gray colored car. Travis Allen.
The next trophy is sponsored by Stevens Service Center out of Oglesby.
And this one going to stay right here in LaSalle. Mike Green, 1980 Corvette. Mike Green, 80 Corvette. I believe it's halfway down here. It's okay, we'll wait for you.
The next trophy is sponsored by Jimmy's Motor Rebuilding Company right in Peru.
They're here today as well. This trophy going to go to Oglesby. Bob and Sue Martin. Bob and Sue Martin, 1939 Plymouth Hot Rod. Blue in color over here on the north side.
The next trophy is sponsored by Pro Auto Body out of Peru.
Okay, we've met this guy already. This particular one is Dirk Swartz out of Oglesby with his 72 Buick Skylark. It is a GSX. He brought 2 cars here today. He did. Yeah, that one's got a radio.
The next trophy is sponsored by James Hardie Building Products out of Peru.
This one to Manny and Tammy Vila out of Manuka with an 08 Dodge Charger right here. Got the gull wing doors on it. They were one of the first ones here this morning. Boy, they were here when I got here, actually. Cloudy weather, man.
The next trophy is sponsored by LaSalle State Bank.
And this one is going to stay right here in LaSalle. Mike and Nancy Nowosky with their 2005 Tony Stewart edition Monte Carlo right here.
The next trophy is sponsored by Fulmer's BP Amico and Towing in Peru.
Hey, this is a neat car. Mike and Kathy Utis out of Grand Ridge going to win this one with their 2007 Celine right here. Supercharged car, man. Lots of horsepower.
The next trophy is sponsored by Stewarts Tree Service out of Peru.
This one going to Sam Vulpe from LaSalle with his 62 Corvette. Over here, Sam Vulpe. 7 o'clock this morning. He's entry number 1. Can you imagine that? Had a little excitement this morning with him, but we got it under control.
Yeah.
Next trophy is sponsored by Duffys Auto Sales out of Peru.
Okay, this one going to Tim Rigby out of Cedar Point, Illinois with a 72 Chevelle. 72 Chevelle.
Next trophy is sponsored by Greif Auto Tech out of Princeton.
And this one going to Mark Bryan, 69 Ford Mustang. We're over next door, Peru.
And the next trophy is sponsored by Grossenbach's Auto Repair in Oglesby.
This is good. This is good. It's Bob Papanow out of Ottawa with his 1953 MGTD. He's one of our honored veterans here today. Bob Papanow. Okay, now our next sponsor is going to be Grossenbach's Auto Repair. And the winner will be Tom Skinkewitz out of LaSalle, 69 Chevy Nova. Ah, there's Tom. Okay, next good sponsor, going to be Fisher Auto Body over at Oglesby. And the winner, going to be Dimas with his 72 El Camino. Now, Diz may not be here. He might be taking cars home right now. Diz is here. Now, I got to tell you this before we go a lot farther. Dimas brought, I believe, 4 entries here today. And the reason for that is to show some support for the Career Center here. He's not trying to stuff the ballot box or get ahead of anybody. He's trying to show support for Frank Pope and his students, and I think that's great.
All right, and the next trophy is sponsored by James Hardie Building Products out of Peru.
And this one going to Harry Beans Lyman with a 1956 Crown Victoria. Beans Lyman going to win this one. Understand you got entered in the youth division today, Beans. Is there anything to that?
Next trophy is sponsored by Illinois Valley Business Equipment out of Peru.
Hey man, it's a stalker, a nice original car. Bud Roberts with his 1953 Oldsmobile 88 black car over here. A really nice restored original car.
And the next trophy is sponsored by Henry Hackman Insurance out of Peru.
And the next winner, Dimas with his convertible 62 Impala 409 yellow car. He should know the drill. He's been here before. He's one of our aldermen, by the way.
Next trophy is sponsored by Illinois Valley Business Equipment out of Peru.
And this one to Chuck Dawson out of Spring Valley with a 1959 Chevrolet Bel Air customized car.
The next trophy is sponsored by Stewarts Truck and Auto out of Peru.
Good sponsor, and they're here today. The winner is Jim Downey Sr. out of Streeter with an 84 Monte Carlo SS.
And the next trophy is sponsored by Daly's Super Service out of Oglesby.
Winner gonna be Bob Miller from Peru, 85 Mustang GT. Nice fast car.
Next trophy, sponsored by your